Good morning, Leon. Good to have you here.
Yes, good morning to you. It's certainly a privilege to be with you this morning.
Thank you very much. Now, Leon, talk us through what's happening exactly. Now, we hear that 75 people were actually trapped under the rubble, and so far, about 39 are still, being rescued. What exactly is happening currently with the situation?
Yes, the rescue operations are continuing, and we're now reaching the stage where we're getting close to 48 hours after the collapse took place at 2 p.m. on Monday afternoon. So that's just under 4 hours, 3 hours away. And the international standards on this type of rescue operation is for 72 hours. And in that period of time, you want to try and get as many rescues and get people out alive as possible. So naturally, this has been a very delicate operation because you've got a five-story building that has collapsed, and you've got the various floors and the that have now fallen down on each other, and to try and break through that level of concrete and those concrete slabs is not actually very difficult. So the teams have been working very hard at trying to penetrate and to work through that concrete to take people out. I think the last rescue was at about 1:30 a.m. And what the teams are now going to do is to start preparing for more larger scale work to be undertaken, where cranes are going to be used to try and lift some of those slabs so that one can identify whether there may well be persons underneath. So previously there have been a number of locations on the site where rescue teams have worked simultaneously to extract individuals, or in sometimes there are two people together there that we have fortunately been able to extract. But naturally, it's going to become more and more difficult as this time marches on.
Okay, Leon. So I know it might be a bit too early, but is there any idea currently of what might have caused the building collapse?
Yes, it, look, that is the big question that everybody has. And no doubt, this type of collapse only, or most likely, only takes place if some of the basic protocols of construction are not being followed. So that there are investigations, at least three investigations that are underway. Our Department of Labor has got a statutory requirement to investigate all incidents of where an employee or a worker has been injured or lost his life on the site. And so that will certainly be their focus. So they'll be looking at that. The police are also conducting their own investigation, and then the provincial government has also brought in a firm of consulting engineers to look at what are possible structural faults. So I think that's where those investigations are going to go into and have a look there as to what has happened, because a construction operation of this nature would require a structural engineer, safety officers, and all of those personnel to have to sign off at various stages of that construction before proceeding to the next. And that's, somewhere in that process, I assume we're going to be finding the reasons and the causes of what has taken place.
So, Leon, pending the investigations, if anything comes out and it's found out that this was due to negligence on the part of anybody, what would be the course of action for your office?
Yes, the municipality's perspective, what happens? The municipality would approve the plans. So that went through that planning process between the planning approval process between December 22 and in I think it was 6 July 2023, where those plans were approved. Then that means that the construction company then takes over responsibility and all of their professional people. So ultimately, the blame on this is then going to be passed to the developers and to the construction company and to those persons who then said go ahead with further construction. If and depending on whether they, all those necessary tests were done in terms of the concrete and the curing of concrete and all of that exercise. So that's where the blame I would imagine it could well be lying. Are the persons who are going to be held responsible ultimately?
Well, thank you very much, Leon. Good to have you here, and good work so far. That was Leon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Some excellent work being done on site. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.